So, good morning everyone, especially to our subject teacher. Good morning, Sir Markim. So, I am the first reporter of Group 2 and our topic is digital quality of life, understanding the personal and social benefits of information technology revolution. So, on this topic, we can tackle on how the information technology revolution affect or what is the benefits of it in our personal and social life, So, let's proceed. Education and training, healthcare, and personal safety. There are the some beneficiary of the revolution of information technology. So, let's proceed to education and training. Education and training, from the abacus to the slide rule to the computer, technology has always played an integral role in education, but information technology has now advanced to a point where it allows for fundamentally new and exciting improvements in the learning process. So, as discussed, new online applications and tools have emerged with the potential to transform education by improving learning outcomes. Yes, serving multiple learning styles and expanding access to education, like learning software gives students instant feedback and individually tailors instruction in ways that a classroom teacher never could. Flexible online classes give people access to education that would never have been possible before the internet. Parents now use the internet to follow their child's school assignments and academic progress through web portals. So, that's the benefits of a revolution of information technology in education and training. So, let's proceed and let's tackle more about healthcare. Healthcare practitioners focus increasingly not just on doing something right, but on doing the right thing, and doing the right thing in healthcare depends on the availability of good information. In the future, many of the improvements in healthcare will come not from better drugs or better doctors, but from better managing information. So, let's tackle more about the benefits of information technology in healthcare. So, information technology is helping provide 4 key benefits in healthcare. Like, first, reducing healthcare costs. Second is increasing access to health information. Then improving the quality of healthcare and increasing access to healthcare. So, reducing healthcare cost because mas madali na tayong makakakuha ng mga information sa internet or sa social media, na hindi na natin kailangan pang mag-travel or mag-transport ng kahit saan o ng kahit ano. So, mas nare-reduce natin yung healthcare cost natin, by that. Then, second is increasing access to health information. So, mas nai-increase yung pag-a-access natin dahil marami ng pwede nating gamitin to access more information about health. Like, search mo na lang kung ano man, kung may mga nararamdaman ka man, search mo na lang via Google kung ano yung pwede na maging gamot niyan or maging gamot nito. So, then, third is improving the quality of healthcare. Mas nai-improve niya yung quality ng healthcare. It's because of more information na nakukuha natin sa bagong teknolohiya na meron tayo. Then, increasing access to healthcare. So, mas madali tayong nakaka-access sa healthcare or sa mga doktor dahil nga sa bagong teknolohiya na meron tayo, like cellphone, through messenger, through Gmail, 'di ba? So, sa ganyang paraan, nai-increase yung access natin sa mga healthcare or sa mga doktor. So, let's proceed to my last topic is personal safety. So, personal safety, one important impact of IT in the security realm is allowing homeowners and security professionals to easily integrate multiple sensors into a single managed security system. So, personal safety, when we say personal safety, it is so important to us. And sa panahon natin ngayon, no, or sa revolution ng information technology, there are many things na pwede natin gamitin to ensure our personal safety. Like, when we're in our home, pwede tayong gumamit ng CCTV or CCTV with audio para mas ma-assure natin in case na may mga tao na darating or may mga tao tayo yung hindi kilala na nakakapasok sa bahay natin. So, isa siya sa magiging paraan, no, para ma-ensure natin yung personal safety natin.
Digital quality of life, understanding the personal and social benefits. Accessibility for people with disability. So accessibility means a person with disability is afforded the opportunity to acquire the same information, engage in the same interactions, and enjoy the same services with a person without a disability in an equally effective and equally integrated manner with substantially equivalent ease of use. Is the concept of whether a product or service can be used by everyone however they encounter it. Accessibility laws exist to aid people with disabilities, but designers should try to accommodate all potential users of many contexts of use anyway. So, accessibility for people with disabilities, a freedom or ability to obtain or make use of something, a way or means of access easily approached or entered. This includes websites, classroom, technologies, learning management system, videos, documents. So what does accessible technology mean? So accessible technology is technology that has been designed in a way so that it can be accessed by all users. This includes electronic documents, software, hardware, video, audio, and other technologies. People who interact with technology are extremely diverse. They all have different characteristics, and we cannot assume that they have used a traditional monitor for their output or keyboard and mouse for print. So these are considered these users. Most individuals who are blind use either audible outputs, products called screen readers that read content using synthesized speech, or a tactile output, a refreshable braille device. Individuals with learning disabilities such as dyslexia may also use audible output. Individuals with low vision may use screen magnification software that allows them to zoom into a portion of the visual screen. Individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing are unable to access audio content, so video needs to be captioned and audio needs to be transcribed. Individual may be using mobile devices such as phones, tablets, or other devices, which means they are using a variety of screen sizes and a variety of gestures and other user interfaces for interacting with their devices and accessing content. So here are the common examples of important accessibility features include image alt text, keyboard accessibility, sequential heading structure, accessible hyperlinks. So first is image alt text. So image alt text is a screen readers and other accessible technologies rely on text, and so anything that is graphical in nature needs to have a complete text alternative. Some of the most common alt text mistakes include using the word image, escaping the text contained in the image, and including description for purely decorative images. Second is keyboard accessibility. So keyboard is anything mouse use can be reach, select, or manipulate needs to be available to people who use a keyboard emulator, or other input devices. Third is sequential heading instructor. So sequential heading instructor is headings arranged as design element. They're critical for navigation and content organization. Make sure that headings are coded with actual heading elements, that they don't just look big or bold, and that they're nested in a hierarchy that organizes and presents the content as it's intended. Fourth is accessible hyperlinks. So accessible hyperlinks, links are the main navigational feature of the web experience, letting people more from point to point quickly and easily. However, if they aren't created to be accessible, links can actually present major accessible barriers. Next is consistent navigation. So consistent navigation is consistency, design, layout, and particularly navigational control helps people use a website confidently and without unnecessary error. Next, why ensure access for people disability? Allow a matter of fairness, a respect, failing to ensure accessibility, waste talent and energy. It makes good people and economic sense. Many people with disabilities already have a difficult life, and less people with disabilities and diversity to the community, and that enriches the community. So, alone, 55 countries see toll number one have other pass specific laws concerning the rights of people with disabilities or have inherited those rights in their constitution. Second is a matter of fairness and respect. Disabilities have the same right as others, including the right to fully participate in community life. Third is failing to ensure accessibility waste talent and energy. Yeah. Many people with disabilities are competent at important jobs and may do remarkable work. Denying people access to employment, education, or services is not only unfair, it wastes human resources and makes society poor. And fourth, it makes good business and economic sense. So, for commercial operation of any kind, accessibility means that people with disabilities can become customers, increasing sales volume and profits. Furthermore, if a firm is a good place for customers with disabilities to do business, their reputation will be affected positively. Fifth, many people with disabilities already have a difficult life. It's simple human decency not to make people's lives any harder. As a civilized society, it's our duty to help those in need. Last is people with disabilities add diversity to be community, and that enriches the community. If they can integrate into the community, they will have the opportunity to make more friends and more people will have the opportunity to know them. Next is recreation and entertainment. From the word recreation and entertainment is an English word means renewal, recreation and innovation of at is it outweighs the concept of play. Recreation. Recreation refers to all those activities that people choose to do to refresh their bodies and minds and make their leisure time more interesting and enjoyable. So, recreation is any activity such as play that amuses, diverts, or stimulates or convey the process of recreating something. Example of recreation activities are walking, swimming, meditation, reading, playing games and dancing. Recreation is a lifestyle that is characterized by activity. Types of recreation. Recreation, cellular recreation, social recreation, cultural recreation, recreation art, therapeutic recreation, recreation business. So recreation is sports activities. Cellular recreation is those species whose program include various aspects of activity that take place away from the indoor and which have a direct relationship to nature. Next is social recreation. So, social recreation means the participant of more than one individual in an activity. Next is cultural recreation. So, cultural recreation aim to impact the practice of knowledge and information and concept. Next is recreation art. So recreation art, this is type of recreation is interested in activities that lead to enjoy aesthetic values and creativity, innovation, and artistic taste. Next is therapeutic recreation. So therapeutic recreation, the number of therapeutic recreational activities according to the nature of the disease or disability or injury and according to the health situation of the disabled patient. So, last is recreational business. So, recreational business means the enjoyment of leisure activities for person in exchange for the amount of money paid. Next is entertainment. Is an activity which provides a diversion or permits people to amuse themselves in their leisure time and laughter. People may create their own entertainment such as when they spontaneously invent a game, participate actively in an activity defined entertaining, such as when they play sports as a hobby or consume an entertainment product passively, such as when they attend a performance. So entertainment is an activity designed to give pleasure, enjoyment, diversion, amusement, or relaxation to an audience. Types of entertainment: exhibition entertainment, live entertainment, mass media entertainment industry, electronic entertainment. Under an exhibition entertainment is amusement park, art exhibition, festivals, museums, trade shows, traveling carnivals, traveling exhibition, water park, wax museum. Under in live entertainment is air shows, circus, comedy clubs, concerts, dance, and etc. Mass media entertainment industry is live entertainment, film broadcasting, animation, music industry, news media, fashion industry. Electronic entertainment is game industry and SMS content. Next is access to information. Access into information is the ethical value present in the deontological codes that reflects in a better way the relationships between community, society in general, and organization. So, access to information is the freedom or ability to identify, obtain, and make use of database or information effectively. Also, it is not only about protecting and promoting rights to information, but is equally concerned with promoting and protecting communication, use of information to voice one's views, to participate in democratic processes that take place at all levels, community, national, regional, and global, and to set priorities for actions. 6 aspects of access: identification, availability, price to the user, cost to provider, cognitive access, acceptability. So identification is a suitable source need to be identified. Availability is the inquirer needs to be able to inspect the source or copy of it. Price to the user is we use price to denote what the would-be user must be expend to use the service. Next, cost to the provider. So, cost to the provider, not all expenditure of money and efforts is borne by the inquirer, less of all in archive and library services, which are traditionally free, in the sense that monetary changes are not usually made. Next is cognitive access. So, cognitive access, once physical access to a suitable source has been achieved, another condition for successful access is that the inquirer has sufficient expertise to understand. Last is acceptability. So acceptability denotes two related issues. First, inquiries may be relevant to accept or particular source as credible, regarding it with suspicious as having inadequate cognitive authority. Second is the inquirer may be unwilling to accept the evidence of the source because
Topic: Environment, Energy, Transportation. What is environment? The natural environment or natural world encompasses all living and non-living things occurring naturally, meaning in this case not artificial. The term is most often applied to the earth or some parts of earth. Environment. Environment means anything that surrounds us. It can be living, biotic, or non-living, abiotic things. It includes physical, chemical, and other natural forces. Living things live in their environment. The environment affects the growth and development of the person. Importance of environment. It provides food, shelter, air, and fulfills all the human needs, whether big or small. Moreover, the entire life support of humans depends wholly on the environmental factors. In addition, it also helps in maintaining various life cycles on Earth. Three types of environment: uninhabitable, uninhabited habitat, inhabited habitat. Uninhabitable, of a place unsuitable for living in. Uninhabited habitat. The term uninhabited habitat more convincingly conveys a habitat that is inhabited, being used as a habitat by any life. Inhabited habitat, habitat place where an organisms or community of organisms lives, including all living and non-living factors or coordination of the surrounding environment. A host organism inhabited by parasites is as much a habitat as a terrestrial place such as grave of trees or an aquatic locality such as a small pond. What is energy? In physics, energy is a quantitative property that must be transferred to a body of physical system to perform work on the body or to heat it. Energy is a conserved quantity. The law of conservation of energy states that energy can be converted in form but not created or destroyed. Energy. In general, the word energy refers to a concept that can be paraphrased as the potential for causing changes, and therefore, one can say that energy is the cause of any change. The most common definition of energy is the work that a certain force, gravitational, electromagnetic, etc., can do. Different types of energy includes energy, thermal energy, radiant energy, chemical energy, nuclear energy, electrical energy, motion energy, sound energy. Energy is the ability to do work. Scientists define energy as the ability to do work. Modern civilization is possible because people have learned how to change energy from one form to another and then use it to do work. How energy related to do work? Energy will be transferred to an object in order to move it. This amount of energy transferred by the force to move an object is called work or work done. Thus, the relation between work and energy is direct. Importance of energy. Also, energy is important in our daily lives because it is a basic human need. We use energy to not only heat our human-made structure, but we use it to call them as well. Energy is necessary for getting up out of bed, walking down the street, or even lifting your finger. Three types of energy do humans have: kinetic energy, potential energy, chemical energy. Kinetic energy is a form of energy that objects or a particle has by reason of its motion. Kinetic energy is a property of a moving object or particle and depends not only on its motion but also on its mass. Potential energy is in physics, potential energy is the energy held by an object because of its position relative to other objects, stresses within itself, its electric charge, or other factors. Chemical energy. Energy stored in the bonds of chemical compounds. Chemical energy may be released during a chemical reaction, often in the form of heat. Such reactions are called exothermic. Reactions that required an input of heat to proceed may store some of the energy as chemical energy in newly formed bonds. Where do humans get their energy from? Humans obtain energy from three classes of fuel molecules: carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins. Carbohydrates, also called carbs, are a type of macronutrients found in certain food and drink. Sugars, starches, and fiber are carbohydrates, other macronutrients to stay healthy. Lipids are molecules that contain hydrocarbons and make up the building blocks of the structure and function of living cells. Proteins are large, complex molecules that play many critical roles in the body. They do most of the work in cells and are required for the structure, function, and regulation of the body's tissues and organs. What is transportation? Transport or transportation is the movement of humans, animals, and goods from one location to another. Transportation is the action of transporting someone or something or the process of being transported. Main form of transportation. The different modes of transport are air, water, and land transport, which includes rails or railways or road and off-road transport. Importance of transportation. The importance of transportation is that it enables trade, commerce, and communication that establish civilization. It is good planning that manages traffic flows and enables the undisturbed and steady movement from one place to another. Logistics transportation methods: road transportation, marine transportation, rail transportation, air transportation. Road transportation. Road transportation or road transport is a type of transport by using roads. Transport on roads can be really grouped into the transportation of goods and transportation of people. In many countries, licensing requirements and safety regulations ensure a separation of the two industries. Marine transportation includes cargo carrying commercial shipping, merchant marine, and non-cargo commercial shipping, ferries, cruise ships. Rail transportation, also known as train transport, is a means of transferring passengers and goods of wheeled vehicles running on rails which are located on tracks. Tracks usually consist of steel rails. The rolling stocks, usually fitted with metal wheels, moves. Air transportation, the movement of passengers and cargo by aircraft such as airplanes and helicopters. Air transportation has become the primary means of common carrier traveling. Air transportation also provides a communication or medical link which is sometimes vital between the different groups of people being served.
Hello everyone, I'm Maika Domagati. I will be the one to report public safety, governance, and communities. So let's start with public safety. Public safety defined as the protection of the general public. So public safety have different groups like police officers and firefighters as public safety officers. It may be easier to define public safety based on what happens when it is missing. Imagine what your day, life, workplace, or community might look like without public safety. So what will happen without public safety? Without public safety, lack of public safety might also have lingering effects on individuals, their loved ones, and the broader community. So let's go with government. Government is exercise of control or authority over a group of people, the body with the power to make and or enforce laws to control a country, land area, people, or organization. So what is the purpose of government? The purpose is expressed in the preamble to the Constitution. So who are government employees? Government employee means any employees including independent contractors of the state executive branch, the state legislative branch, a state agency, a public institution of higher education, or any local government, except a member of the General Assembly or a public officer. So what will happen without government? If there is no government, then nobody would make laws and policies. And last is communities. Communities, it is a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristics in common. According to Richard Mellington, he defines 5 different types of communities. So here's our 5 different types of communities. First is interest. Communities of people who share the same interests or passion. Second is action. The communities of people trying to bring about change. Third, place. Communities of people brought together by geographic boundaries. Fourth, practice. Communities of people in the same profession or undertake the same activities. And last is circumstance. Communities of people brought together by external events and situations. So why is a community important? Having a sense of community unite as being a part of a community can make us feel as though we are a part of something greater than ourselves. It can give us opportunities to connect with people, to reach for us goals, and makes us feel safe and secure. It's important for every person to have a sense of community. So that's all for my assigned report. I hope you learned something, and thank you so much for listening. God bless.